In this video, we are making this teddy bear out of lost socks. It's a fun project that gives new purpose to socks that may have otherwise been thrown away. And if you like this project, you can check out its accompanying story, The Lost Sock Bear, written and illustrated by me. There will be a link at the end of the video and in the description. So let's get started on our bear by reviewing the supplies and tools we'll need. 8 lost socks, mini elastic bands, fiberfill stuffing, fabric scissors, needle and thread, fabric markers, and embroidery floss. Step 1. Shape the head. For the head, I like to use a sock that has a nice big heel in another color. It's really going to give it that teddy bear look. To make the head line up with this section, turn the sock inside out and tie off the top with an elastic band about 3 inches down. Flip the sock back out and stuff it gently with fiberfill stuffing. When it's a nice round shape, tie it off. Step 2. Stuff the ears and mark the location. Take your 2 ear socks and fill the tips with a little bit of stuffing before tying them off. Do your best to keep them the same size. I find that baby socks make the best ears, but you can also use a bigger sock. Just know that only the very tip will show. When you're satisfied with the sizing, trim off the excess fabric, leaving a little nib. Then use a fabric marker to mark the location for your ears with an X. Step 3. Prep head and ears. Snip the elastic band off the neck and set aside the head stuffing. Turn the sock inside out again. If you want to make an adjustment to the head's shape, now is the time to do it. If you're ready, take a needle with fine thread and sew at the location of the elastic band. You don't need to take the band off, but this step will ensure that this part stays in place even if the band ever slips off or degrades. Once done, cut off the excess fabric. Then flip the sock back right side out and fold the cuff down so you can grab the nib of an ear tightly where the X is. Then, from the inside of the sock, tie the ear with the elastic band. Repeat with the other ear. Step 4. Sew. Right before you sew, gently put back about half of the head stuffing so that your ears will be sewn into the correct place. Start by making a knot in a discrete section of the ear in the back. Then sew your ear by picking up a bit of the fabric from the head sock and then a little bit from the ear sock. Pull tight and always go in the same direction. I like to go around twice to make sure it's really secure. I also like to use a thread that is the same color as the head. In this case, a gray color. Step 5. Restuff the head and tie off. Now that the ears are securely sewn, you can restuff the head fully. Don't be afraid to really shape it. When done, tie off the head and trim the excess. Step 6. Attach the head to the body. Take the largest of your lost socks to become the body. Find the center point of your sock's toe tip and mark it with the marker. Roll the sock up and grab the head's nib right at the X. Make sure that the front of the head is facing in the same direction as the heel of the body sock. Gently stuff the body and sew the head on. I would go around twice and switch the color of your thread now to match the body, which is going to be, for me, a light beige color. Step 7. Attach the arms to the body. Take 2 more socks, stuff the ends, tie off, and trim. Mark the locations on the bear a little bit down from the neck. Make sure that both sides are stuffed to the same amount. Then unstuff the body and follow the same process as before. Grab the nub, tie it off, restuff gently, and sew. Step 8. Attach the legs to the body. Fully stuff the body to be as long as you want it, and then tightly tie it off in the back. Stuff your leg socks, tie, and trim. When you mark the locations for the legs, do so that they are slightly facing more forward. This is because when we close the bear up, they will be pulled backwards and outwards. Then remove some stuffing from the body, tie the legs, and sew. Step 9. Close up and add the tail. Restuff the bear one more time and pull the fabric back into a long tail. Tie it up and trim off the excess, but don't throw this piece away. Undo the tail's elastic band and set the bear aside so that you can cut a circle of sock out of the remaining piece. Take a little bit of stuffing and wrap it up like you would a dumpling and tie it off. Go back to the bear and mark the tail's location and tie it in. Then push the extra fabric of the opening in and tightly sew it all up, along with the tail. Step 10. Embroider the face. With the fabric marker, draw an outline of the bear's eyes, nose, and mouth. Because of how it will be embroidered, draw these features on extra elongated. Thread your floss and start on one end of an eye, following the loose knit of your sock. Pull the floss through, but leave a tiny bit at the end. Stitch across the eye, making sure to cover the excess. When done, run the needle back the whole length and trim. Repeat this process on the other eye and nose. You'll see now why we drew the guide so long. When you get to the mouth, use some back stitching to outline. Make sure you're working with a long enough piece of floss to terminate back at the nose. And that's how you make a lost sock bear. Because socks come in all different patterns, every bear made will be one of a kind. If you have an Instagram or Twitter, please send me pics of your creations. I'd love to see your work. And don't forget to check out the Lost Sock Bear story. There will be a link at the end of the video and in the description.